This video, we're going to talk about how you can't defend yourself with a walking cane, self-defense cane, cane master's cane, cane fu cane, ACSD, any kind of cane. You can't do it until you do these 5 things. There are 5 things I want you to think about when you start your journey of learning to defend yourself with a walking cane, any kind of combat spinning cane, it doesn't matter what it is. Cane self-defense requires shifting your mindset into 5 areas. And the first one is spinning. We're getting right into it. So you see spinning a lot when you look at almost anybody's training course, training videos, either online or in person. I teach a lot of people in person. I've had 6 cane classes today, one-on-one cane classes already. And it doesn't matter who you're training with, everybody likes to spin. There's a reason for it, and if you understand the reason, then you will be able to defend yourself with your cane. But if you don't understand why you're spinning, you won't be able to defend yourself with a walking cane. From here, the first thing that I'm doing with this basic spin, going around and around and around, is starting to get my heart rate up, starting to build callus in my hands. I'm learning about spatial awareness, timing and distance. I'm getting stronger, more fit. I'm learning how to start to move this cane through space and time. My proprioception is growing, my ability to kind of feel the cane and where it is and how it moves and not even think about it. All of that in conditioning the body from spinning is the purpose of the spin, not to defend yourself, not to fight with, not to hit somebody. And you will see some people, and I'll just say it, I always say that it's not good, it's not bad, it's different, and it is. I don't know everything, but this is how I teach, and what I believe is that this spinning, no matter how fast you do it, whether you work it into striking, yes, you can do that, but spinning opens you up to someone timing you even intuitively and closing the gap, collapsing your cane, smashing your face in, and in that case, you won't be able to defend yourself with a walking cane. When you're spinning it and it bounces off and you lose control of it, comes out of your hand, throws your hand back, they close that distance, get that knife in you 20, 30 times, you won't be able to defend yourself with a walking cane. But you will defend yourself with a walking cane if you understand the purpose of the spinning is to condition the body, condition in the hands, condition the joints, the heart and the lungs. If you do it while you're standing, you're going to engage your core. You can even do it while you're sitting. And I like, this is a tip, you should always train in a chair. You can do all of the same spinning in the chair. You can do the spinning. I'm a little close to this bag, so I'm going to lean forward. But the point is, it works. Practice in a chair. And if you have to be in a chair, don't worry about the chair. You're still going to defend yourself with a walking cane. If you understand spinning is not fighting, spinning is conditioning. Now, number 2, weak and ineffective strikes. Yeah, that's like a no-brainer, right? But what happens is people practice in their comfort zone or they practice it with these big wide motions because your body when you first start is not used to this motion. You're not used to fighting behind your cane, striking, right? Thrusting, being able to shove, strike, smash, bring it through. So you haven't done it before, so you're new. So when you are practicing and I say angle 1, angle 2, you'll hear that a lot. Striking down, striking, whatever it is, coming up. The strikes are wider, they're a little slower, they're a little weaker, they're a lot weaker, and they're not strong enough to stop the attack. And so you're not going to be able to defend yourself with your walking cane with weak and ineffective strikes. Here's the solution, here's the fix. You will be able to defend yourself with your walking cane. Cane self-defense is very powerful, very effective when you fight behind your cane. Put the cane between you and the fight. Bringing it forward, striking with full speed, full power, full force, and you will be able to defend yourself. And so you train bringing it to your shoulder and forward, to your shoulder and forward. And so you can get rid of these big and effective, weak, slow strikes. And it's not that you're doing it on purpose. We all started that way because this is easier than remembering this and keeping it tight. I want it in front of me because I want you to have to fight around it. If you're the bad guy, you're coming for me. I want you to have to get around my cane. When I'm doing cane self-defense, you have to get around my cane to get to me. I want this distance, I want this leverage, I want this hard piece of wood that doesn't blood or bleed, and that's not gonna break very easily, going through your face, going into your head, down into your clavicle, into that elbow, smashing through the knee. I wanna do that with powerful and effective strikes. And the way to fix that, to get away from the weak strikes, which is the second reason you can't defend yourself with a walking cane until you get it tight. And so you practice going from your shoulders and out. From the shoulder as tight as you can. And if you watch here, what's happening, right? Let's say you have a low ceiling. You're sitting down somewhere. Good evening. It's good to see everybody tonight. From here, I can go in, and I'm not running into the ceiling. If I'm up here and chopping down, or if I'm up here and chopping down, not only is this slow and effective, they're going to instinctively close that gap. And my arm's just going to be here, and there's that knife. You're done, right? You can't defend yourself with a walking cane unless you're here and your strikes are coming from here, and it's almost a pushing motion and then a slicing motion. Hello, it's good to see you, John. John, I was thinking about you today. I was wondering, John, since everybody else, I have a bunch of these shirts left over from something I did here locally. I got some people in some shirts so we could do some stuff, and I have a few extras. So please, you guys can send me, especially the members, send me an email, pasquinelli@hotmail.com. And if I have your size, your address, your name, your size, your address, and if I have a shirt, I'm going to send them out until I run out of them. First come, first serve. I'll even pay for shipping. And then send me a picture. We'll put it on the website. We'll put it on pasquinelli.com. In fact, if you want to go to pasquinelli.com, you can do the contact box. Send me name, shirt size, and your email. And whether you're a member or not, if you've joined here or you're on Patreon or whatever, I want to get you in. I want to give away some more stuff too. So send me that email, and I have some bigger ones. I get a lot of big ones because I'm a big guy. So, yeah, thank you, Sensei Amen. I'm gonna send me your size, and then we'll figure it out. All right, this hard, fast strike coming from the shoulder. Again, it's almost like a punch and a slice. So it's going forward. You're very strong in this position. This is a very strong move. This is a very weak move, but this is how almost everybody starts. So the second reason why you can't defend yourself with a walking cane is because you have these big, wide, slow, weak, and ineffective strikes. Yes, and I know you have some, John, already. I'm going to send you another one if you send me that, and I have your size. From here, just slamming in, coming forward. That's the solution. Practice from your shoulders. In fact, watch yourself in the mirror, watch yourself on your camera, and you're going to see, even if you think you're coming from your shoulder, you're usually not. You have to physically touch your shoulder, strike from your shoulder, starting here and going forward. Starting here, going forward. El Tio, what is that, my uncle, the uncle? Welcome, Tio, welcome. All right, number three, third reason you can't defend yourself with a walking cane is it's just too complicated. And I've seen, and I'm not going to call out any particular style because I'm not saying any style is wrong or any style is right. But what I am saying is that I haven't seen the Sons of Cain yet. I love those guys. I'm going to look that up as soon as we're done here tonight. But when we start learning self-defense, cane self-defense, especially, hello, it's good to see you too. There's sometimes using the crook, especially some grabs, some twists, some takedowns, some joint locks, some pressure points, some locking up moves. And it all requires impeccable, even if it doesn't seem like it, requires impeccable timing and distance from somebody who might be a higher trained, higher level martial artist. And I like to teach self-defense style first, martial arts second. It's two separate things. Self-defense, martial arts, two separate things. They share techniques, but it's two separate things. We're going to talk about that as we go through this list. We're on number three. The reason why you can't defend yourself with a walking cane until you do this. You have to shift your thinking from complicated techniques to super basic, the most basic you can imagine. What's the most basic I can imagine? That's his face. I'm going to stick the tip of this through his face with a thrusting motion. So let's say you're in this position. The crook is back. You step into a better position. Put the cane between you and them. Their knife is this long. Maybe it's this long. Your cane is this long. Keep them at distance. And immediately, without hesitation. We're talking about that today too. Go right through their face, right through their face. Smash them on the top of the head. From that shoulder, bring it through into their temple, right? Temple, brain. Look at that. Smack the end of it off. Go flying. We were working today. I had these two new students, William and Will, father and son. I love that. The tips kept flying off because they were hitting it with such viciousness. And we were talking about this particular topic. Keep it simple. Don't go so complicated trying to twist and spin and turn and pick them down and spin them around and bring them around here and bring them around there and start. All that stuff works, but it works best. Good evening. Feels good to see you. Works best when you have a partner who's feeding you. Not feeding you food, but if you've ever done Filipino martial arts, especially FMA, like Kali, Salada, Eskrima, someone's feeding you a knife, feeding you sticks, feeding you hubad, lubad, punches, and it works really well. It's like sticky hands in the Kung Fu, or, what is that, what do you call it, the Wing Chun. All that stuff works great, or Hapkido, or Aikido. Aikido is a great example. Steven Seagal makes it look so powerful, right? He's just busting people in half and breaking them down. Works really well when you have two stunt fighters, but now you've got just a stick in your hand. He's got a knife, stick in his face. Don't get fancy. Face, brain, temple, leg, arm. Keep it simple. Simple is powerful. Simple is immediate. Simple is direct. Simple works. Simple works. Number 4. I'm looking at my list. I'm trying to keep it short. I'm not. Wrong targets. You're picking the wrong targets. And thank you. I'm getting ready to do a Joe video after this. I've got a list. I'm going to do Joe doing the Tonfa. We're doing a fan. I got some more Kung Fu fans. I love those things because they look so silly. It's like that's a like cartoon weapon. And then you close it up and you stick it in the guy's eye for self-defense. So I love that. And then the Kubotan, we're working on that little stick. Everybody says it's not effective. And then the one I did last couple days ago, I've been watching everybody talking about how nunchucks are ineffective, right? Are they really, or do you know how to use them? Anyway, you have to watch that and find out what I say. You can guess what I'm going to say. All right, the wrong targets. You're picking the wrong targets. This is the 4th reason why you simply cannot defend yourself with the walking cane. And that is, you're in the martial arts mindset that you're going to do this technique followed by that technique, and then he's going to punch you, and then you're going to block it here, and you're going to roll it, and you're going to twist it, and you're going to take him down, or you're going to block and punch here. You have to think about what, as simple as this, what can you remove or destroy? Good day from Melbourne, Australia. I was talking about Shadiversary. You guys know Shadiversary, right? I don't know why. My accents are horrible. I thought he was a Brit. I think he's Australian. It just made me think of that when you said good day. He was talking about the nunchucks are trash. He had it all backward. He had it all wrong. I tried to help him out and made a video so he could understand how you're supposed to hold the nunchucks and where you're supposed to strike with them. That's the key. Then it's a great self-defense weapon. Anyway, backing up a little bit, for the wrong targets, you need to ask yourself one simple question. It's as simple as, what are the targets you can remove or destroy, right? What can you take out of their head, their eyeball, their ability to see, their ability to breathe temporarily, permanently through the throat, their ability to hear, their ability to be awake, because you smashed through their brain. You turned it, because they had a knife. It's self-defense. We're not talking about boxing. We're not talking about a match. We're talking about defending yourself. You have every right to do that. He pulls out that knife with that. You immediately go, that hard strike, thrusting, right? Pushing off, raking this thing. Can you imagine this tooth against flesh just coming straight across? And you have it with 2 hands. You have all this power, breaking that, smashing down, coming down. But you have to ask yourself the first question, which is, what are the targets you can remove or destroy? What's available to you? Don't get stuck in, what did Sensei say? What did the Guru say? What are the Kung Fu guys? Oh, Shifu. What did Shifu say? What did Sabum say? Sabum and Kwangin, all the goofy names that we give ourselves in the martial arts world. No, throw that out the window. What can I hit that I can take away, remove or destroy, smash? Their ability to see, think, breathe, move around, grab you, stab you. Maybe it's smashing the wrist joint. Maybe it's smashing the elbow. Maybe it's smashing that arm. Maybe it's coming in here. Maybe it's sticking that right through their solar plexus, into the groin, down to the knee, up to the head. And that should be your only thought. What can you remove or destroy to stop this now? Stop it now. You don't need to go toe-to-toe for 50 minutes or three-minute rounds with the ding, 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 and you sit in the corner and the guy puts the, like the Rocky, and you get the thing on the thing and the water. That's not what this is. That's the mistake we make in self-defense all the time. It's not a match. It's self-defense, survival. It's your life. So you ask yourself, and this comes from Tim Larkin. I didn't invent this stuff. I read it in his book. What was the book, Sensei Emmett? When Violence is the Answer, by Tim Larkin. Brilliant guy. Read this thing over and over again. I read it, and you listen to people like Jocko Willink, and you listen to people like Tim Kennedy and all these other guys, and they're all talking about the same stuff. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. And then create the most damage for self-defense that you can in the shortest period of time, which brings me to number 5. The 5th reason you can't defend yourself with a walking cane until you do this. So these are all shifts. Number 1, let's review real quick. Spinning for the wrong reason. You're spinning and you're dancing around like a sprite. And you're saying, back up, I'm going to hit you. And I know for a fact, you just say, Sensei Emmett, that you interviewed these guys. And I know that those guys, they talk about that. And a lot of the people that I respect and follow, they say this is self-defense. And I'm not going to say it's not. I'm going to say what I believe, what I remember the Marine Corps, right? Self-defense, jab, bayonet training. This is my rifle. This is my gun. Some of you know how the rest of that goes. There's a bayonet, there's a big knife at the end. And you're just standing here, and you're waiting. You're in this position, but it doesn't matter. And you're just waiting for them to get close, and then jab. Not... You can, if you want. And like I said, I'm making fun. I'm making light. But what I'm saying is, you don't have. That's not the purpose of spinning. Spinning is the boxer jumping rope. The boxer's jumping rope to condition the heart and the lungs, the legs, timing, but mostly just to make those legs so stinking strong that when they get in the match and they get in that ring, bam, bam, they start fighting, they don't run out of juice. Their legs don't go weak. When they take that hit, their legs stay fresh and strong. They can move because fighting is moving. But they don't bring the jump rope into the ring with them. That's not what jump roping's for. So spinning, number 1, spinning, not fighting, spinning, conditioning, spinning, getting your heart rate up, lean your body out, build callus on your hands so you can slide this thing up, get it into the position you want when you strike for self-defense. You start to really defend yourself. Number 2, weak and ineffective strikes, big, wide motions, just because you haven't practiced enough yet. And so we want to shorten that time. So we're going to have you put it on your shoulder, striking from your shoulder, striking from your shoulder. You do this for 2 or 3 sessions. You're going to clean it up. You're not going to be doing weak and ineffective strikes anymore. You're going to come from here, just fast, hard, powerful, effective strikes. Number 3, too complicated. Too many spins and moves and takedowns and joint locks and lockups and all this kind of stuff. Trying to get the guy into a position that requires the guy slow motion punch you in practice and hold it there for a second so you can reach it up and bring it around. I wish I had somebody to show you. But you know what I mean, right? But that doesn't work. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what they taught us in the Marine Corps too. Simple is best. From here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, thrust, strike, or more importantly, as we get into the wrong targets, which is number 4, think about what the targets really are. Face, temple, eyes, temple, throat, ribs, throat, knee. And then start to train yourself in your brain. Say those words. Don't say thrust, say eyes, eyes, eyes. Because you want to make that connection. This is self-defense. It's not martial art. All of the angles have value, right? So you're asking angles 3 and 4. This is 3. This is 4. 3, 4. Because the purpose of the angles 3 and 4 is maybe when this guy's up here, he's coming at you, and you realize you don't have a target here. Or, let me lower the camera for just a second. Hold on, because that's a great question. Maybe you're sitting. You're in the chair. You're waiting for the bus. You're like, hey, buddy, back up. And his face is up here. Now, you're going to bring this up and into his ribs. That's the purpose of having all these different strikes, different angles, bringing it from here to here. That's just bringing it up. Think about up under the ribs. Maybe his hands are already out. He's about to choke your neck, and your stick's still on the floor, and you just bring that up and through, right into his ribs, right? Or maybe he's reaching out with his hand, and you want to smash that hand away. You know, he's got a knife in the hand, smashing away. Maybe you're over here because you just hit him through here, and he's reaching, and you're not thinking about it. You're just responding. You're responding to the fight, and from here, smash it up, bringing it this way. That's angle 4, angle 3, angle 4. So you have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. Horizontal strike, 5, 6, 7, thrust. 7 straight down the middle. And they can be high, low, it doesn't matter where you go. What height is it is. You know, this horizontal, that could be his head, that could be the ribs for self-defense. Maybe his elbow, his bottom rib, his hip, his knee, that vicious pit bull running around mauling everybody. There's another pit bull attack locally, mauled a kid to death. It drives me crazy seeing these things. You guys ask me all the time, you know, what can you defend against the dog? Yes, go for his face. From here to here. Or go for whatever target's available. That's the whole point of the wrong targets. So any of these techniques work, but don't worry about the technique. Think about the target. Your brain's gonna know exactly what to do. I always like to have my hand up, guarding my head. Think about it. I want you, if you can, the first strike you make, if you can, if it's available, if this is one of your targets, is right into the face. Think about this, and I knocked the tip off, but let's say it's that rubber tip. Even with the rubber tip on it, that's gonna break the nose, smash the face, the eyeglasses, the eyes, if there's no glasses, it's gonna knock the teeth down their throat, literally. That can crush the larynx, the voice box. That can crush their throat very easily. A few pounds of pressure. You can crush the cartilage that's in the solar plexus. You can go in and rip open that fascia that holds in their guts when someone gets a hernia. There's a tear down there. You can give them a hernia right quick, right? But it's just that fast thrusting motion. And then the second thing is go for the brain. Knock them out. You don't know if they have a knife. You don't know if they have a gun. You don't know what their intention is. You just know you have to defend yourself right now. Right now, it's going to be vicious, immediate directed, explosive, and you just take them out. Knock them out if you can. They go unconscious. Let the cops figure out what their intent was, what other weapons they were hiding, who else they had attacked earlier that same day. You guys saw this one with all these criminals, and I'm not going to get into politics, I promise. But they keep saying there's a certain kind of violence that's going up, a certain demographic. No, the truth is the violence is going up everywhere because they're letting these thugs out of jail. It's no cash bail. Meaning, if you go and you do some horrific crime to somebody, which they do, they let them out without paying any money. Used to be, they have to pay money, see the judge, they can't pay the money because they set the bail high enough that they can't pay the money because the crime was so horrific that it keeps them off the streets. Now they're letting them out. They're letting them out over and over and over in cities like New York, in San Francisco, in San Diego, Los Angeles. Why you keep seeing these stories of the guy that murdered his mother last year, and now he's trying to kick the woman to death. No one stops him, by the way. You guys saw this story last week, right? Or no, not right away, they didn't. And he's trying to kick it, and then they arrest the guy, and they say, oh, this is the guy who's on parole for murdering his own mother last year. Why is he on the streets? And what's my point? The point is you need to learn how to defend yourself. That's why we're doing this stuff. Number five, I've been dancing around the subject. Let's get to it. Hesitation. You hesitate. Hesitation will cost you everything. You cannot hesitate. And you have to train hesitation out. Just like you train out the wrong targets by saying face, brain, throat, clavicle, arm, by naming your targets and saying them out loud or saying them in your head as you're practicing. Eyes, 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 right? Skin off his face. Nose, rip that nose right off of there for self-defense. When it comes to cane self-defense canes, If you hesitate, you're in trouble. Because we know, everybody asks me, what happens when they grab your cane? There is a solution. You twist and you jam. You twist and you jam it straight down. Twist, push, twist, push. I don't care how they grab it, twist and push. Twist and push. Practice that, twist and push. That's what happens. They grab it, twist, push. And it works. We did it today for 20 minutes. I'm gonna do it tonight. I got another couple coming in 5 minutes. Twist, push. Older couple, twist, push. Doesn't matter how strong you are, twist, push. Someone grabs your cane, twist it and push. Number 5, when you hesitate, you're in trouble. How do you train hesitation out? You have to visualize and you slow it all down. And so you say, you start with it in whatever position you want. And we talk about all the different techniques, right? From this position, turn the palm out, pop, 2, 3, 4, pop, whatever your techniques are, just practice them. There's nothing wrong with practicing the techniques. If you visualize in your face, in your head, what's going to happen as you hit them through their face. So that means put your weight on it. Act like you're walking down the street. All of a sudden, here comes the threat. So practice combinations. Get in a better position. From your shoulder, temple. And then when you go temple, imagine in your head that they go, and you see that skin opening up and that white shining through. That's the brain, that's the skull, right? You see that little crack develop as their eyes roll back in their head. It's self-defense. It's graphics. Horrible. It's horrible stuff. It's violence. But that's what self-defense has to be. It has to be violence. It's not a boxing match. You know, you need to learn some jiu-jitsu, some Muay Thai. All fights start on the ground or start on the feet, go to the ground. You need to learn how to do. No, that's not self-defense. That's boxing. That's fighting. That's Muay Thai. That's jiu-jitsu. Nothing wrong with that. All the techniques cross over. Self-defense, slow it way down. Get your brain working. Visualize. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure being with you guys tonight because, and God forbid, you know, I'm not saying be afraid because I don't believe in being afraid. More practice builds muscle memory. Thank you, John. Thank you for that. It's all about being present in the moment, taking some responsibility. Because look around. What happened when COVID came out? You had 2 camps. Half of the world said, oh, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Half the world said, don't tell me what to do. Right? But what we saw was a lot of fragility. Everybody was afraid because we didn't know. There's nothing wrong with that. We didn't know. But now, we know. We know what world we're in now. Stop waiting for somebody else to come and save you. Be your own first responder. Train in a way. Carry a medical kit in your car. Carry a self-defense tool, you know, that you can take anywhere. This is the Cane Masters Oak Cane. You can take this oak cane, this Cane Masters Oak Cane, this one, and the nicer ones. This is really inexpensive. The link is below if you want to see what these cost. You can take this on the plane, on the train. You can take this into a federal building, anywhere you like. Thank you. I appreciate that, Phil. Thank you. And then train with it, right? And people say this to me all the time. This is one I got with the nunchuck video. Well, the nunchucks aren't going to work if you don't know how to use them. Yeah, that's obvious. If you're a novice and you're using that nunchuck the wrong way, they're going to take it. Yes, they will. So train. Get your training going and take this mindset. It's your responsibility to be your own first responder. Let's say, and I flew back to Dayton, Ohio, the year that I shut down my office and everything, moved down here to Florida. And that night, there was a horrific mass shooting event, and a guy came out and just took out like 18 people or something. I forget how many, maybe he hit 20, you know, not automatic, but, you know, rapid fire weapon. And the cops engaged him. They were all down there. And within something like 36 seconds, because the chief of police is a martial artist, and he and I, Dayton, we've known each other for a long time, and he supported all this stuff. I'm not saying that he talked to me at that, but I remember watching him. I was thinking in my heart, like, man, I feel for you. You shouldn't have to go through this, you know, because it's so horrible. But they engaged this guy, right? Within seconds, eliminated him, took him out completely. You know what I mean? And he came around. He had already taken out like 18, 20 some people, and I think 12 of them expired. And so the point is, the cops are going to be there fast, right? But immediately, Immediately, something happens. If you're paying attention, maybe you respond and you get out of there. Situational awareness. Maybe something happens. You take advantage of the speed of your training because you've trained and you defend yourself. You become your own first responder. And then you have the self-defense medical kits standing by, and maybe you don't know how to use them, but there's always doctors, nurses, people there, but they don't have the tools, the equipment. You say, hey, look, I've got this first aid kit. I keep it in my car. I don't know how to use it, but here, it's got tourniquets in it. And then you're prepared. That's all I'm saying. So, but number 5, hesitation. Don't hesitate. My students are here. I got to go get them. But from here, you train hesitation out by visualizing what it looks like, whatever your techniques are. Watch a lot of these videos that I make because I give you lots of combinations. Strike. Oh, that hits him here. And then you bring it back here and you hit him in the neck. You come through and you jab like a bayonet strike right through the throat. And then you finish them off as they're going to the ground. Their eyes are rolling back in their head. That takes care of hesitation because you've seen it. And then when it happens, you've already been there. And you don't hesitate. You respond, you don't react. Respond, don't react. What are you waiting for? Get your cane, start training. Again, if you want one of these shirts, I have a bunch of extras. Please send me an email. Go to PatrickMannelli.com. While you're there, click in that little box, fill it out. I need your name, shirt you size you wear, if you're a member or not, and your mailing address. And I'm going to send them out until I don't have any more. I'll see you guys.